Hello, my name is Brian Reid. This beautiful girl is Brenda Lee. Together we're Horses Know the Way Home, and with the excellent support team I have at Horses Know the Way Home, we're here to present a tele-interview with Stanlee Smith, presented to you by Jennifer Oikel of Healing of the Horse. Jennifer Oikel has put together this Healing with the Horse symposium, where she's brought in 30 people who have dedicated their lives to horses helping humans. And Stanlee Smith said that today. She said, "Is horses helping people?" It doesn't get any more complicated than that. In our industry of equine facilitated healers, learners, teachers, growers, life enhancers, coaches, Stanlee, I love that you put it, horses helping people. Horses helping people. And by virtue of us being helped, we want to make sure we help the helpers. Take good care of the helpers. Today's interview, again, is with Stanlee Smith. And her thing is welcome yourself home. Cultivating the inner witness. That part of you that's paying attention, that part of you that's watching. And she has guided exercises for connecting more deeply with yourself, with others, and with the horses. And I won't go into the guided exercises. I would just ask you that you download this interview or listen to this interview free for the next 48 hours and go through the exercises and feel them. Don't try to understand them, just experience them and feel them as she talks about moving your energy, going inside and seeing what kind of energy you have within your body and taking the energy outside and taking the energy into the space between. Because with horses, there is no dialogue in their head. There is no story going on. There just is that energy. So they're excellent interpreters or excellent opportunities for us to come into a space in which we automatically know our minds cannot engage. Our story cannot be engaged. So it's just our energy communicating with our energy. Sort of like visiting a foreign country, and I'm speaking English. And I go to this foreign country, and I know no one speaks English. I don't just keep trying to speak English. There's part of me that's wise enough to know that that doesn't work. So when I'm around the horse, the story in my head, I kind of know it doesn't make sense. So I know that I have an opportunity to engage with the energy within me, engage with the energy of this creature, and that space between us where we can have a conversation of the energy. And Stanlee goes into guided meditations to help you get in touch with that energy, to expand it, to move it through your body, to move it outside your body. And then this field between. Just like two human beings, when you have a sense of somebody, there's a feeling in the space between you. When you first fell in love or you like somebody, even if you dislike somebody, there's a space, this field between us. This field between us. And I like to spell it field, F-E-E-L-D. Because it's the feelings inside there that create that witness that Stanlee talks about. She talks about getting in touch with those feelings so that we can get in touch with the natural, compassionate beings within us. Getting in touch with that compassionate, be able to feel for other people's feelings. Stanlee goes on to talk about I-Rest, which is integrated restoration. And the meditations for I-Rest, that's her word for it, but it's integrated restoration, going back and working with those energies so you can integrate and restore. And that feeling inside of you. And Stanlee goes on and says a quote that I've used all the time, what we resist persists. But she added the second half of that quite frankly I never heard of before, and I love that you brought it to our attention. What you resist persists. What you can be with sets you free. As a coach, I find most people have a hard time being with their dreams, being with their desires, being with their longing. They have a hard time being with that. They have no problem being with their blocks. The idea of what you resist persists, what you can be with can set you free. There's the work, and that's the work that Stanlee's meditations helps us do. And I've experienced them today. I sat on a beautiful beach and I listened to both meditations, and you could feel the energy move through you. You could feel the restoration taking place. I'm forever grateful for having those exercises and those meditations, and I'll do them quite quite often, to integrate them into my life. In this field, I love that Stanlee points out, there's a space here where there's no judgment. It's really easy with the horse because in this space, Brenda can't put judgment in there. And when I place my judgment in this space, it becomes blatantly obvious how inappropriate it is. Now, with another human, my judgment against your judgment, my judgment against your judgment, you can interact with the head. When I'm around horses, when I'm around Brenda, I am forever grateful that my judgment can't stick because there's nothing to stick to. So I just hear the loudness and the ineffectiveness of it in this field. And Stanlee, thank you for giving me that vocabulary of this field between us. Jennifer, thank you for bringing us Stanlee. Anybody who wants to listen to this interview free for the next 48 hours, go to horsesknowthewayhome.com/healing. And if you want to get the entire 30 interviews from some of the best people who've dedicated their lives to helping humans, helping other people, as Stanlee would say it, with horses, go to horsesknowthewayhome.com/healing, and you can download the entire 30. You will want to get a paper and a pencil and a special pad just for those 30 interviews so that you can take notes and put them into your practice, put them into your equine facilitated, whatever you want to do with it, and make a difference in others' lives while respecting the horse that's the teacher, while honoring the gifts that the horses have to offer us. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Stanlee. Thank you all for listening. Brenda, thank you.